You will not be able to stay home, brother. You will not be able to plug in, turn on, and cop out. You will not be able to lose yourself on Skag and skip out for beer during commercials because the revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be brought to you by Xerox in 4 parts without commercial interruptions. The revolution will not show you pictures of Nixon blowing a bugle and leading a charge by John Mitchell, General Abrams, and Spyro Agnew to eat hog maws confiscated from a Harlem sanctuary. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be brought to you by the Schaefer Award Theater and will not star Natalie Woods and Steve McQueen or Bullwinkle and Julia. The revolution will not give your mouth sex appeal. The revolution will not get rid of the nub. The revolution will not make you look 5 pounds thinner because the revolution will not be televised, brother. There will be no pictures of you and Willie Mae pushing that shopping cart down the block on the dead run or trying to slide that color TV into a stolen ambulance. NBC will not be able to predict the winner at 8:32 on report from 29 districts. The revolution will not be televised. There will be no pictures of pigs shooting down brothers on the instant replay. There will be no pictures of pigs shooting down brothers on the instant replay. There will be no pictures of Whitney Young being run out of Harlem on a rail with a brand new process. There will be no slow motion or still lights of Roy Wilkins strolling through Watts in a red, black, and green liberation jumpsuit that he has been saving for just the proper occasion. Green Acres, Beverly Hillbillies, and Hooterville Junction will no longer be so damn relevant, and women will not care if Dick finally got down with Jane on Search for Tomorrow, because black people will be in the street looking for a brighter day. The revolution will not be televised. There will be no highlights on the 11 o'clock news and no pictures of Harry armed women liberationists and Jackie Onassis blowing her nose. The theme song will not be written by Jim Webb or Francis Scott Keys, nor sung by Glenn Campbell, Tom Jones, Johnny Cash, Engelbert Humperdinck, or The Rare Earth. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be right back after a message about a white tornado, white lightning, or white people. You will not have to worry about a dove in your bedroom, the tiger in your tank, or the giant in your toilet bowl. The revolution will not go better with Coke. The revolution will not fight germs that may cause bad breath. The revolution will put you in the driver's seat. The revolution will not be televised, will not be televised, will not be televised, will not be televised. The revolution will be no rerun, brothers. The revolution will be live.
I'm talking about Shawty going crazy, people. I'm talking about Shawty going crazy, people. People going crazy in these motherfuckers. Run that shit back, man.
But it means nothing. Nothing about a woman all day. Man made the car. Man made the train to carry the heavy load. Man made the electrolyte to kick us out of the dark. Man made the boat for the water. Like the seven no meter. Man thinks about a little bit of baby girl and a baby boy. And man makes them happy because man makes them joy. But after man make everything we can, do you know the man? To buy from other men. This is a man's world.
Greetings, Black family. Greetings. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of the Frontline Black News. Excuse me, Shabaka'S Blacc Experience Enhanced tonight. It's been a long week, y'all. This is season 9, episode 40 of Shabaka'S Blacc Experience Enhanced, and we'll be discussing this past presidential election and my campaign for House of Representatives election here in the state of Colorado for House District 8. Please call in with your questions, comments, and concerns. The call-in number is 516-418-5996 and press 1 and you'll be live on the air. We would love to hear from you Black K-HIVE supporters and you Black MAGA dumpster supporters. This is episode 40, season 9, open mic about bullshit elections, anything goes. This episode is for those that are 18 years of age or older. This episode will also be simulcasted on StreamYard, YouTube, and Facebook, and we have hashtags bullshit, garbage, idiots, brain dead, suckers, fools, blog talk, USA, black people, mainstream media, on the couch, hypocrisy, gullible, NBC, CBS, lower coats, readout, Frontline Black News, The Revolutionary Agenda, Election 2024, Donald Trump, J.D. Vance, Kamala Harris, Tim Walz, Joe Biden, Sambo, otherwise known as Obama, Hillary, otherwise known as Hillary Clinton, Jill Stein, Dr. Cornel West, Liberation Minded Media, Tariq Nasheed, the African Diaspora News Network, Vicky Diller, The Black Authority, Professor Black Truth, Professor Griff, Tim Black Show, Sabi Sabs, Black Light Revelations, LA Times, New York Times, Denver Post, Chicago Defender, Chicago Sun-Times, the Miami Herald, CNN, MSNBC, otherwise known as MSDNC, Fox News, News Nation, The OWN Network, New Black Media, Police State, Policy in Your Best Interest in Illegal Immigration. Greetings, Shabaka. We are joined with our co-executive producer and co-host, Shabaka Sankori. Greetings, Shabaka, from the Mile High Income, Legal Migrant Flooded.
Hey, greetings to you there, Brother Shay from Sin City. Karen, we thank all our people on StreamYard for joining us. Please, Karen, join us in the studio. You can call in at 516-418-5996. Okay, we got a glitch, okay, and we need some callers in because we made an error, or I made an error, programming the show for tomorrow because when you get old, you start losing dates, times, and what have you.
Yes.
So anyway, in the last 24 hours, people, I've traveled all the way from Las Vegas to Barstow, California, back to Las Vegas, you know what I mean, and it was an odyssey once again, but however, it is what it is. Okay, so therefore, the sad part, you saw old Biden at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, that there would be his last address. You see the dump, as in human shit, okay? Making his selections, his enforcers, his cronies, his crooks, you know what I'm saying, what it's going to be. And the only thing we can say, ladies and gentlemen, nothing is going to be the same as it was. Not saying that it ever was something that's not now, but it's going to get worse, okay? So, all you integrationists out there, you might as well take off the idea that we're all the same, because he's going to slap us in the face, people, just how much that we are not. You see, but the sad part about it is what it is.
Shabaka.
You have those who believe, yes, sir.
Who is it going to get worse for? They can't deport us. They can't send us back nowhere. So who is going to get worse for? They're talking mass deportations. This new dude, the new border czar, Tom Holman, said he gonna deport the families together.
Who says he's gonna do what now?
Deport the families together. They said, aren't you worried about separating children from their families? He said, no, we're just gonna deport them together.
Okay, but that does not mean it's going to get better for us.
How?
Okay, it's because, see, they always play us. I'm talking about black people.
Okay, black immigrants, maybe it won't get better for them, but FBA, we're going to be straight.
Well, I don't know, okay? It's because, the more I'm looking at this all-inclusive shit, okay? Just like the gentleman we had on last week who says, well, man, I don't look at the past. I'll just make some money. Well, first place, we all play dominoes. All money ain't good money.
Right.
And what himself don't know is that when he gets pulled over by the police, is that he will be described as a black man in America as also. And they're not going to care about his money. You know what I mean? They're going to care about, hey, how many more people can we put in these cells? And then, of course, coming across the desert, it's going to be a bunch of us going out there with them turning off the water. You know what I mean? And then people say, man, you crazy. You out of your mind. No, that's going to be real reality. I hope I sound crazy and out of my mind. I hope that I am wrong. You see what I'm saying? And, and I'm hoping that I lose against my own self on waging such a thing. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
But, I've seen the handwriting on the wall for the last 40 years. Just say, first, I was hitting us upside the head blatantly. Then what happened was, then you had the narcotics epidemic. Okay, so then after that, you had old Slick Willie, you know what I'm saying, lying to us, you know what I mean? You had the 911 stuff eroding everybody's civil rights. Look at America's mayor. He's been disbarred. He's being sued. Okay.
Oh,
and then
Giuliani.
You have, and then you have these black district attorneys who think there's something called legal justice. And you saw that the United States selected a multiple convicted felon as its chief executive. See, so, and then with us sitting up here killing each other, you know what I'm saying, ridiculing each other, and then the rest of the world laughs. There goes those brain dead Negroes again. Yes, everybody else.
Want to hear something funny?
One way or another.
Shabaka, you want to hear something funny?
What? Yeah.
The Chiefs, the Chiefs got burglarized.
The Chiefs got who are the culprits?
They don't know yet, but Mahomes and Kelsey got burglarized.
Well, okay, well, he's a multi-billionaire. Whatever losses he had, I'm sure he could deal with it. Yeah. I'm sure that he could deal with it. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, down in Shreveport, Louisiana.
Raymond Nazareth in the house. Y'all see what?
Well, ask him to call in.
Shabaka had a nightmare with Diddy pulling up in the Google car. Oh, my God.
That would be a nightmare, man. I'm still twisted about the Google cars, you know what I'm saying? And the desert is getting cold, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's getting real cold. So what it is that we are all we got, black family. You see, but I noticed with these other groups, they don't talk that all-inclusive shit when it comes to us, huh? Yeah, see, they don't say all-inclusive when it comes to black folks. See, what it is it's all inclusive for them, but they all are against us, you see? Just like last week, young man who we had to kick off the air and talk about he doesn't concern him things such about his race and all this old type of crap. Okay, and then these fools who go out here talking about that a man could be a woman, you know, being all inclusive, diverse. Oh, I'm not gonna do nothing strictly for black people. No, you see what I
I'm
mean?
glad that brought.
So what was to be expected?
I'm still smoking on my K pack right now. I'm so that broad lost.
Oh yeah,
She has
yeah. But see,
only has herself.
but the beauty of it is
bullshit ass party.
yeah. Yeah. So but what it is though, it is what it is. And then when you got a U.S. senator by the name of Sam Brown, whose name is Sam Brown, that gets reelected. You see what I'm saying? And but yeah, I think dude ran unopposed at that. You see? So that's real progress. You know?
He ran against a Democrat, and last I checked, he lost.
And so, well, like I said, it is what it is, and that is what we're up against, ladies and gentlemen. And so, therefore, we're going to ask our people, you know, who are on the StreamYard, you know, to call in. Let's see, because our board is empty tonight because I made a mistake of doing an original production that it was supposed to be tonight, but I put the wrong day of the week down there on Wednesday. So therefore, those on Wednesday, you know, thought, please call in tonight.
Nazareth,
yes, sir.
Or Max 285 says, Kamala looks angry as hell now. Yep. OG knowledge. That's what Rainbow Nazareth said. And he said he was against Rosen. I think he's talking about Sam Brown.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's what one of them against. I think her name was Jackie Rosen, you know, for the U.S. Senate seat. And I don't know who the other U.S. senator is here in his, you know, state and whatnot, you know. But it's just, it's not a tragedy. What it is, it was to be expected, you see.
Yeah.
So, you know, why is it that we always got to sit here and expect normalcy from abnormality?
The call-in number is 514-418-5996. And press 1 and you'll be live on the air if you want to contribute to the conversation.
Yeah, I'll be more than happy to have you. Okay, but what it is, though, people, is that once again, we is all we got. You know what I'm saying? And the sooner that we realize that, I think the better off we will be, you know? And then we can start making some progress for ourselves, you see? And we got to say to hell with everybody else's because they have just said it to us, you see? And I don't understand why our people are so steadfast on this inclusion when it does not include us. You see what I mean?
Like to be excluded.
They just don't get it. And, you know, if anything goes tonight, you know what I'm saying, open mic and what have you. And then, two, we also see that the division in the black community is getting further wider, you see, and that is really sad. Okay, and then on top of it too,
it's just we're delineating. It's not getting wider. We're just delineating. We're delineating from the rest of the diaspora, like they've been delineating from us.
Yeah. Right, and then too. But what it is, though, is that everybody else is capitalizing off of it, except us. You see? They love to see us go up there, kill each other over bullshit, sit up here and debate, and then they had the audacity to get mad at us, okay? Because, you know, against those who sat on the couch, and I don't blame them. You know what I'm saying? I really, really don't.
It was Kel's
Yeah, you see, I really don't.
in the dump one landslide, Shabaka, 312 to 226. She got less votes.
Oh yeah, we knew that.
Hillary Clinton did in 2016.
Yeah. So, you know, like I said, and then also too, I just want to state here on the air, is that you people out there, would you all quit posting them fake ass reels and them stupid ass memes and shit on our page of Shabaka'S Blacc experience and hands? No, we don't give a fuck about your content. Yeah, we don't give a fuck about your content creators unless, you know, you're familiar with us. We don't give a fuck about your other content creators unless you mention it.
You did embarrass.
You all damn sure to put your shit up on our walls, and then, you know, you don't even reciprocate. So what we're gonna start doing is that we're gonna start blocking motherfuckers, you know, who don't reciprocate toward us.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? And I mean, I'm just being real about it. You say, oh, be sure to like and subscribe. Man, fuck like and subscribing to your shit, and you put your shit up on our wall, and then we can't, you all won't even return the goddamn favor. You see, so that shit there is getting ready to stop.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna try to get a major, well-known figure on here in the next few days, hopefully by the end of next week. But we're just making it plain is that, hey, we're not sharing nobody's shit unless you're familiar with us and that you're sharing ours. Because I'm tired of sitting here having to go through all my data, deleting a bunch of shit of somebody who don't even respect us or give us the goddamn common courtesy to return the favor.
Shabaka, I told you how to get around that. You got to go into the settings and change the settings and make it where it's pre-approved, so they can't do that stuff no more.
Oh, okay. So I guess I have to get you off there, man, and walk me through the steps. You know what I'm saying?
Groups.
It's because, like I said, like I said. And then I was supposed to get some material, man, you know, hopefully it's still over there. Because after going through the ordeal that I did in the last 24 hours, man, boy, did it really awesome.
Yeah,
so we're going to research it. We're going to reinvent the wheel pretty much as the Shabaka'S Blacc experience in it. You know what I mean? And then, of course, we got a series of corruption coming out of Shreveport, Louisiana. We got a man down there, Mr. X, you know, who's been sending me some information. And after I get some rest, I gotta ask him to organize it so we can go over on that. It's because there's all these other groups, ladies and gentlemen, that are against us, okay? And we haven't heard from Sarge in the last couple of weeks. We hope he's all right.
I know he's doing the damn jig since the dump one. Yeah. Damn, where you at, Sarge? Where you at? And the rest of you black supporters, where are y'all at?
Yeah. And then Barack Obama was a joke with that finger wagging at black men. Saying that we hate women.
They're all
because Kamala lost.
That whole party is done.
Yeah, you see. Yeah. It is. You know, Kamala Harris went out like a joke.
Yeah, she
went out like a sucker.
It ended up in $20 million in the debt. How do you raise $1 billion and end up $20 million in debt?
Yeah. You see, so something's not right. You see, something's not fair. And they keep insulting our intelligence with this stuff right here. And we as a people, we keep going for it. You know what I'm saying? I hate to say, you know.
Yeah.
And then on top of it as well, too.
Shabaka, because 78% of black men voted for Kamala, whereas 92% of black women voted for Kamala.
Okay, but still, like I said, Brother Chad, even if we all voted for Kamala, she still would have lost.
My little word.
Because
Where the money at, Kamala? Where the money at?
Yeah.
All right,
Mm-hmm.
Shabu.
You see?
Where's the damn
So-
money?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so it was supposed to be expected, man. You know what I'm saying? And what have you. And I know I've been taking pretty much a little bit of a hiatus. You know, age is catching up with me.
Yeah.
So we're still going to, you know, try to keep the faith and things of that there.
Keep the faith.
And then,
Bucky, you sound defeated.
yeah. And
Sounds like defeat.
no, not defeated, man. No, not defeat, man. We just have to regroup. You see what I'm saying? We have to regroup, and then, of course, you know, with me getting diverted, you know, on some bullshit at the last minute, you see what I'm saying? You know, I mean, I just don't know what to say, you know. Hopefully all the winds out my sails ain't gone, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, they did say it was calm before the storm, you know what I'm saying? So hopefully we could storm it back up, you know. And then on top of it, I'm tired of looking at these stupid-ass TikTok videos up here with dumb shit, and particularly the one.
Did you see the ones of them crashing out? Talking about
No.
We played them on the Frontline Black News. Shabaka, you be missing all the good stuff. These people was crashing out.
Yeah. Because he sent me a link the night before last. You see what I'm saying? And then I'm having some data problems, you know, as well. So.
Mental breakdowns on TikTok, doing whole videos. This white boy that had this big fat white boy that had dudes for Kamala, white dudes for Kamala shirt, ripped the shirt up like Hulk Hogan style after Kamala lost. These people is losing it.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Well, hell, I saw flags flying, waving, saying "fuck Kamala" and "fuck you for voting for."
Oh yeah, nice. Oh yeah, you seen them?
Yeah.
In California.
Yeah, you see, and then too, there's that old hiding Biden with his decrepit looking ass.
Yeah, did you see him on the beach?
Did
you see him on the beach?
Mm-mm.
Him and Jill?
No, sir. How bad did he look?
Oh my God, he looked horrible.
How bad was it?
It was really bad.
Yeah.
He was doing the shuffle, Shabaka. He could barely walk.
He was doing a what?
He was doing the bite and shuffle.
Yeah.
He was tripping.
He could barely walk, huh?
Yeah.
We have an unknown caller here.
He said to come on. That must be.
We have an unknown caller.
Sarge.
Okay.
That's you, Sarge. In this corner.
We have an unknown caller.
Well, it's good to see that your show got resurrected from the dead. You were able to come back from the
dead. We were alive, man. Where were you? You were MIA,
man. Sarge.
I ain't no MIA, man. You can't get on air. I'm not saying it's your fault. But if you're not on air, what do you want me to do?
You deserted us.
What am I supposed to do about it?
Okay, now, Sarge, I'm going to tell you something. Recently, Sarge, since the last time I spoke with you, I've been to the city by the bay called San Francisco, California. Sarge,
San Francisco, California.
It's in the Google.
Oh, it's downright fucked up. Sarge. It's an insane asylum, a loony bin.
It's in the Google card.
Kangaroo court.
Don't forget
scam artists. Opium den.
Don't forget
gunslingers. Yeah, sorry.
Run by a bunch of Kamala Harrises.
No, Sarge, the damn Google cars are run by nobody.
Oh, well, that too.
Yeah, I'm crossing Mission
But that's a recent development.
Yeah, I'm looking at a damn car, okay, that's sitting there with all this elaborate crap on it. That sounds like some of Elon Musk's junk. And I'm looking for the driver, Sarge, and the damn car is driving itself. Now here's the part that's most
Ain't that creepy? That's some Christine shit, man.
So
oh yeah, most definitely, without a doubt. Well, anyway, Sarge, you're a convicted felon, the dump, as in human shit. And guess what, Sarge? He won the scam election, selection, whatever.
Just like
man, no, you can't say that, and I got proof of it. You didn't ask for my analysis now, did you? Because you don't want to hear this truth, but I got an analysis for you that's off the chain, and it's gonna make you go,
Bring it on, Sarge.
Come on with it, Sarge.
Well, let's explain something to you. Now, there's a lot to say about this election. I mean, there's no end to things you can say about it. Let's look at one thing that has to deal with 2020 and legitimacy of the 2020 election that is so transparently obvious. Anybody with any ability to infer or deduct cannot help but notice it.
Max,
and I'm going to tell you what it is.
I'm shouting you out.
And these are facts. And these are facts about which you cannot dispute. First of all, in 2016,
that's a fact.
In 2016, Hillary Rodham Clinton got 65 million votes. That's all they say.
I like it, Hillary Rodham.
In 2020, allegedly, Joe Biden got 81 million. Now, in 2024, allegedly, Kamala Harris got 64 million votes.
No.
Now, Trump, in both of his elections, this is crucial. This is crucial. I'm just saying that's what's reported. I'm not saying it's necessarily true. I'm saying that's what's reported. Now, wait a minute now. Let me finish my point, and then you understand everything.
Okay, 71.
Now, in both elections, this is critical. In both elections, Trump hovered around 74 million votes. So his vote totals were consistent with the results of both elections. So were the vote totals of Hillary Rodham Clinton and Kamala Harris. Now, here's the question I got for you, and I want you to pay attention here. We now have a differential of votes cast against Donald Trump of 15 million votes. Now, if you take a look at all the votes, all the other presidential contenders on the ticket got, just round that off to around 2 million. That leaves 13 million votes unaccounted for either Harris or Trump. Now I want to ask you, think about this. You mean to tell me in the most hotly contested election, probably in recent memory, maybe ever in the 21st or 20th century, that 13 million people, given the fact that it was relentlessly hammered into us that Donald Trump is the biggest threat to civilization since Genghis Khan, that 13 million people were going to sit out the election. What the fuck happened to them? Did they go away in a rapture? Were they taken away by Jesus Christ?
No.
What happened to them? Now I'm asking you a very rational and simple question. What happened to 13 million voters? I'm going to tell you what happened to them first. Let me answer that for you before you can give me your answer. There weren't 13 million voters. There were 13 million ballots. They were manufactured. They weren't voters. And that's as plain as the nose on everybody's face. And nobody's talking about it.
About the mail-in.
Okay, Sarge. Now, what about the ballots that came up?
13 million ballots in 2020? Is that what you're saying?
Okay, 13 million.
Tell us Joe Biden got 81 million votes. What happened to 13 million voters? So they didn't go to Trump. They didn't go to Trump. They didn't go to Harris. Where did they go?
They probably to the Chinese.
No, they went up in thin air like they've been manufactured out of thin air. That's where they went.
Cyberspace. Yeah, like cyberspace.
The Democrats, this is the third time Donald Trump has been elected to the presidency. They stole it from him in 2020. And you know it, and I know it.
Still,
Sarge, you're erroneous about something.
And you know what? This is as strong a circumstantial proof, or evidence rather. This is strong circumstantial evidence as I can think exists out there.
Careful, Sarge. We are
okay, Sarge.
YouTube. They will charge us with election interference or say that we are election deniers. So careful what you say.
They can charge you anything they want. I want them to respond to my point.
Okay.
I didn't say, wait a minute, I'm not saying, what did I just say? I didn't say it was proof, did I? I said it's circumstantial evidence that the election was stolen. And in my opinion, in my personal opinion, I am utterly convinced on the basis of this circumstantial evidence alone that it was stolen. That's my personal opinion.
Okay, Sarge. Okay. The man, is convicted of 34 felonies. Okay, like I said on the...
No, he isn't. Have you not seen what came out today? You're behind the 8 ball on the news, ain't you? What did Judge Marchand just agree to the defense motion and the prosecutor's motion in that trial in New York? He is yet to be a convicted sentence. Once again, they have put off the November 26th sentencing, and now they've suspended it while they consider the election of Donald Trump and the Supreme Court ruling. So there you go again. You're not up to date. He's still not convicted yet. The judge is going to put aside the sentencing on November 26th.
Okay, Sarge, I just got off the highway, man. I went into that raggedy-ass state of California, man. And then I was so freaking tired. I went up here by the Las Vegas sign early this morning at sunrise. And I looked at all these private jets, Sarge, landed out there, man, at Las Vegas International Airport. You know what I mean?
We know where this is going to go.
Now, wait a minute, Shabaka. Y'all just brought up the 34 counts. And I'm trying to tell you now about the 34 counts. Judge Marchand has delayed the sentencing. It was supposed to happen on November 26th. Yeah. He just said he has suspended it until after the inauguration. Are you not paying attention to what this means?
Yeah. Okay. No, what it means, Sarge, is that Trump is playing his it means, Sarge, that's a dump as in human shit. And I want to make that perfectly clear, by the way.
I see you intend to ignore the implications of this. Now you're just narrating.
No, Sarge. What I'm saying is, man, the man is a fucking crook.
All right, that's a narration. It's got nothing to do with what the judge just did in the case. That's narration.
Sarge, they're crooks too. You said it yourself. These are
all right, maybe so, but then it has meaning. Why don't you speak about directly about, even if you think the judge is corrupt, all of it is significant. You understand? They were supposed to get sentenced in 14 days.
Sorry, y'all. I had to refresh this. I got to do the redirect connect.
Welcome to Blog Talk Radio.
To start your show now.
Since it appears you're calling back into a live show, we are reconnecting you now.
Okay, but Sarge, but the dump, as a human shit, as he said, he is rich as hell. Okay, Sarge, I'm not rich as hell. You see what I mean? Now, the thing
you're also not president-elect of the United States either.
B1 salute.
Sarge, I wouldn't want the fucking job, okay?
That doesn't matter whether you want it or not. It's kind of a big deal.
Sarge, he's a crook, Sarge. Face it.
More narration. So you don't care about the implications. You're just going to give me a 34 convictions, 34 count shit. Like that's supposed to mean something to me in light of all the things that have happened. In light of my examination of the case. In spite of the discoverable 34 reversible errors in this trial.
Sarge, can you...
I'm just supposed to say, the jury said he was guilty of 34 counts. There's nothing more to consider.
Okay, but Sarge, I known all kind of people, man, that went through these damn kangaroo courts. Okay.
Well, then why are you accepting it at face value then if you know that?
Okay,
what's so different about this one?
Okay, what's so different about this one is that this individual who they call the President of the United States is so holier than thou.
No, that's not what anybody's saying. No, that's not what we're saying. That's not what I'm saying.
He's an adult.
You're narrating again. You're not dealing with what we actually saw. We were able to see the proceedings. We're able to see the court case. We're able to read the transcripts. We're able to see what happened in the courtroom. We're able to see the judge's instructions to the jury, which was a roadmap for conviction, which defied Supreme Court precedents, Richardson versus United States. You're not supposed to do it that way. All of these things we see in this trial, and you act as though none of it matters. A jury of New York, a biased jury in New York with a corrupt fucking Manhattan prosecutor convicted him, so there's nothing more to say about it. See, that's what I mean about this stuff. That's why the American people rejected all of this, because they've got eyes to see and brains to reason with. That's why they rejected all of this broadcast and overwhelmingly and unanimously put this man back in office as President of the United States. That's why.
Sarge.
Okay, Sarge.
285 says
you might as well go get in a Google car, Sarge. You might as well
you're not going to respond to anything I said. Just narrate.
No, I am, Sarge. I'm not narrating everything that you said.
Sarge.
Okay.
Mac 285 says Trump is guilty, regardless of what the court rules.
Right.
What?
Yeah. I mean, you know, O.J. Simpson was acquitted, okay, but everybody says that he was guilty, Sarge, so how come the reverse can't happen? Now, Sarge.
Let me say it again. Nelson Mandela was found guilty, convicted, and sentenced to prison. Now, if you're going to say a jury verdict ends everything with no more questions to be asked, you better say that about him, too.
Okay, Sarge. The only thing that
I mean, you know, there are such things as you just said moments ago as kangaroo court.
Sarge.
It's it. This is the U.S. Supreme Court is one. The New York State Supreme Court is one.
Narrating again. See what I mean? You just narrating.
Kangaroo. I saw another kangaroo court over there by Brooks Hall in San Francisco called the California State Supreme Court, which is another kangaroo court. The United States Supreme Court is a kangaroo court. Now, let me ask you this here, Sarge. The dump, as in human shit, he's going to reappoint Rudy Giuliani as the Attorney General, right?
I don't know if he is or not. I haven't heard that one. He might.
The man has been disbarred, man. Ain't no damn way in hell he could be a damn Attorney General.
Being disbarred is no disqualification of being Attorney General. That is a matter for the Senate to consider when if they decide they want to confirm his appointment. Got nothing to do. Got nothing in the Constitution. It doesn't even mention cabinet officers anyway. The Attorney General's office didn't exist until the 19th century, so it's got nothing to do with that. It's whether or not the Senate is willing to confirm him. Being disbarred is no impediment to being confirmed as Attorney General.
As long as
now, let me ask you this.
Because you have to have a jurisprudence degree, correct, Sarge, in order to be Attorney General or
Hell, brother, you could buy them. Shit.
I'm just telling you, man. I understand people's concern about someone, and he's not a convicted felon. He got found liable in a civil trial. That's not being convicted of a crime.
Sarge, come on,
can we at least
man.
get the facts right?
Yeah, here's a fact for you. There ain't never been a damn president charged with 34 felonies.
He didn't get convicted of no crime.
Sarge, as he said, he's rich as hell. He buys judges, he buys DAs, he buys lawyers. He turned his back on his man. He turned his back on his main man, Rudy Giuliani, who got sued for every damn thing, including all that crazy shit up there in his New York apartment. Okay, and hopefully I would love to see Rudy Giuliani sitting here on the corner, standing by the freeway, expressway, fairway, whatever, holding up a sign saying that he will work for food. Okay.
So in other words, you have no response to anything I said. I expected that.
No,
okay,
Sarge, I've responded to everything that you said.
I know. Juries says, corrupt juries say what they're going to say, and there's nothing more to be considered.
Sarge,
it's somebody that you think shouldn't have got convicted.
Election, Sarge. You know it. I know it. Now, let me tell you something, Sarge. A friend of mine had called me up and he left me a message. You know what he said, Sarge?
What?
He says, Shabaka, you're a fucking genius. You predicted that this no good crooked bastard would win in 2016. He also said that this no good crooked bastard will win again in 2024. He said that I was a genius. He didn't see it happening. He'd say, I tell you, Sarge, who Trump needs to get, man, to be his personal physician. His one and only house nigger and slave, Dr. Ben Carson, the dude stays so
he would probably put him in charge of Health and Human Services.
You're talking about Uncle Ben Carson.
Yeah, no, he's not going to do his personal physician. He's going to make him charge of HHS, probably.
Sarge, I wouldn't make Ben Carson, man, the head of a damn zoo.
That's why you're not president of the United States.
And
Sarge, I wouldn't want the fucking job is because if I was the president
Well,
of the
again,
United
that's why
States,
you're not
Sarge,
president of the United States. You don't even want
okay,
to
but
get.
Sarge,
He gets to make these
first of
decisions.
all, Sarge,
Shabaka,
I
got a
don't have the
question
money
for
that
Sarge.
Trump has to go out here to bribe all these crooked officials, right?
Hey, Congress came up with $1 billion and then lost 20 million of it.
Sarge.
Oh, okay, well, she got up there and said that she's not going to do nothing specifically
She
for black
outspent
people.
Trump more than 2 to 1.
Yep.
And
Okay,
still
hold on, Sarge. Then old Sambo, he's going to come up there with all this finger waggling. Why black men don't want to vote for black women, and that's no good bastard. And Mr. President, you welcome to call in too. Black people are being murdered unarmed by the police, and this son of a bitch was more worried about a homosexual getting a piece of ketchup shoved up his ass, talking about that he's menstruating, which is an insult to the sanctity of womanhood. Yes, Brother Chad.
I have a question for Sarge. Sarge, why in the hell would your boy Donald Trump put the CTE victim, Hershey Walker, in head of the missile defense?
in charge of missile. What are you talking about? Charge of missile defense.
Is it true that your boy
Secretary of Defense is in charge of missile defense? Not. Why don't ex-football player?
Why is Herschel Walker being appointed to the position, Sarge?
He's not being appointed to the position. I don't know where you made that up out of. That's not happening. What are you talking about? Is this some sort of analogy?
No, not an analogy, Sarge.
Well,
he's not being appointed in charge of missile defense because missile defense is part of the Department of Defense, and unless he's being appointed to a position in the Department of Defense, he's not going to have anything to do with it.
Okay. All right. Now, riddle me this, Sarge. Okay. Back to our age-old comment, our age-old debate, Sarge, on the concept of reparations. What do you think Donald Duck is going to do for reparations?
Nothing. He doesn't support it. Why should he?
Okay.
Wait.
Oh, there's a whole lot of reasons why he should support it.
Well, okay, but I guarantee you he's not going to push for reparations. Not from the taxpayers, he ain't.
Sarge, the question was rhetorical. Sarge, of course the crooked racist bastard is not going to push for it.
Hold on, Shabaka.
Okay, so that's your answer.
Sarge.
Okay. So what the answer is this, Sarge. Okay. You wasn't with us, Sarge. Were you with us? What was that, Brother Che? Last week we had to boot the guy off the air, the young black guy who says that there's no such thing as racism. That happened such long ago. Well, I'm about going out and making money and all this shit. And don't that dumb bastard know that his black ass can have all his assets seized too? You see what I mean? See, this is the fucking problem, Sarge. When the people hates itself, okay, everybody else is going to hate them.
White people have to look at Rudy Giuliani. He getting all his assets sued, ain't he?
Oh, okay, Sarge.
You can have your assets sued anytime a court takes it or when the government comes and gets it. And all kind of white people got more shit to get taken away anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, Sarge. Okay.
That's great.
Okay, riddle me this here, Sarge. Why was it that the slave owners, when the so-called, what is that bullshit, man, the Emancipation Proclamation, when they freed slaves, why were the white slave owners given reparations for the loss of their slaves?
Have you read the 14th Amendment, sir? Have you read it?
I'm
asking you, have you read it? You will see that's not true. It's in the Constitution that's forbidden.
Sarge, they got compensated.
Have you read the 14th Amendment?
Okay, Sarge, please
well,
answer the question.
Let me read it to you. Here's what it says.
Sarge, I did not
but neither the United States nor any state shall assume or pay any debt or obligation incurred in aid of insurrection or rebellion against the United States or any claim for the loss or emancipation of any slave, but all such debts, obligations, and claims shall be held illegal and void. That is the supreme law of the land.
Okay, but Sarge, those were white men that wrote that bullshit, okay?
They said you can't pay him money for losing his slaves.
Okay, but Sarge, look at all the fucking wealth that they generated for
They
this
did pay him
goddamn
money. They paid him
country.
See,
$300.
now you're changing the subject.
No, man,
You asked me a question. Why were white people compensated for the loss of their slaves? And I'm telling you, the 14th Amendment forbade exactly that.
White man drove. That white man
They got
drew
paid $300
that
per
white man served their own self-interest with it. You see what I'm saying? But you got all these brain dead, ass scratching Uncle Tom, Tim Scott, Yasser Boston, Herschel Walker, Zippity Doodah, Day, Uncle Remus.
You love these narratives, don't you? You love these narratives, don't you?
Sorry. Wake up and smell the goddamn coffee, man.
Let me tell you something. Let me explain something to you now. I'm going to give you a little bit of slack on a little bit of credit for some truth in what you said. Because after all, many of the slaves in the Union states that were not in rebellion, like Kentucky, that was slave state, like Missouri, that was a slave state, neither of which they stayed in the Union. They did not enter into the insurrection or rebellion, as Abraham Lincoln termed it. Before the 14th Amendment was passed, many of those owners, because they were not, remember, the Fifth Amendment requires when you take anybody's, quote, property, unquote, away, you have to compensate them at fair market value. That was in the Constitution before the 14th Amendment. The slave owners in those states losing their property because of military use or whatever, they were compensated for the loss of their slaves before the 14th Amendment was passed. But after the 14th Amendment was passed, it could not be done.
But they already got it already. So
what you just told me.
Well, that's the head in the break.
Sarge.
Okay.
Legal before the 13th Amendment. Just like abortion is.
Sarge.
Okay,
just like abortion.
Sarge.
Okay, Sarge. But what did the slaves have to say about this, Sarge?
Not much. They were slaves. That's why you call them slaves. They ain't got no right.
Whoa. Hold on, Sarge. Now, you just contradicted yourself. So what you meant was...
No, I didn't.
You did.
I didn't say anything about the status quo.
Okay, but Sarge, you just said that they voices don't count because there were slaves. Man, you just painted yourself into a fucking corner like I've been telling you for the last goddamn years.
All I said was that, look, this whole discussion got started when I said the 14th Amendment forbade the compensation of slave owners for the loss of their slaves. I didn't say anything about the slave status whatsoever. I didn't paint myself in a corner. You just imagine me painted into a corner.
Okay, but Sarge. Let's say me, you, and Shay was on a plantation system, okay? You, man, were probably there all your life. Then about 10 years later, I came there. And then about 20 years later, Che came there. But Che discovered something. Che picked up a book. He read a book. Che started thinking. Che started realizing his position. Okay, Che says, come on, Shabaka and Sarge, let's get away from this evil master. Let's run away. Do you know what the fuck you would sit there and say, Sarge? Man, you crazy. What's better than what we got here?
Man, look, people break out of jail all the time and they're legally sentenced to jail. So why are you surprised that a slave who hasn't done anything to deserve being enslaved would escape from the damn plantation? Unless, of course, you talk about getting off the Democrat plantation.
Okay, Sarge.
I mean, I can't understand why all this stuff is mutually exclusive or something. It isn't.
Okay, Sarge. Sarge, let me ask you this here as a black man. Okay, we own this plantation. Okay, me, you, and Shay, we got wives, right? So when this raping, slave trading, pedophile comes up, Sarge, and he wants to take our wives.
Oh, no, not this again. Not this again.
Sorry.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, this all the time because you have no defense for it. Triple jab, right cross, left hook.
I'm not trying to defend it. Why should I defend it? I'm not trying to defend it.
We got a call.
Okay, hold on, Sarge. Okay.
I have no desire to defend it whatsoever.
Okay, but Sarge. You said you had the love of your life that transitioned. May she rest in peace. Okay, condolences to you as a man. What about when that raping bastard want to go take indecent liberties with her? Or my loved one that
I would want to kill him. That's what. What do you
fuck you well should.
Okay, Shabaka.
As well as you should.
Shabaka, we got a
call. I'm trying to understand why you think this is some sort of exceptional thing when slave masters can literally, wherever they are located in the world, have the run of women that they desire who are their slaves. That's always been the case. That's why slavery is so damn evil. It's universally evil, Shabaka.
Okay, Sarge. The point is what I'm getting at too, man. The day of the ass scratching and yassa boss is over, man. Come on, man. Inside of every coon, there's a black man dying to come out.
I know that's right, Shabaka.
You know it and I know it.
Got a caller.
All right.
All right. Yeah, that's Sister Head Chef too.
Oh, greetings, sister.
How you doing?
I'm apologies for being a little late.
Okay, sister, we have a gentleman on here who says that he is so in love with his slave master, okay, is that it would be improper for him to have the normal feeling to go kill his ass as well as he should. And
when did I say that? You said I said that? When did I say that?
Sorry.
When did I say that? Are you got wax in your ears or something?
Max, relax. Don't have a
stroke in your ears?
Sarge.
Okay.
It's the start of your hearing.
God damn it, Sarge.
Okay.
Mac 285 has a.
Okay, let's give the floor to Sister Hat Sap Shoot. Ma'am, what is your outtake on this here, ma'am? And what we're discussing is that, you know, the white raping, slave trading pedophile, okay, violating young black women who happen to be married, you know, to bona fide black men on the plantation system.
First of all, I despise the whole concept of the slavery matter, what happened to our black women in slavery and our black men. I do not like it. And I don't like white people saying that it's okay. It was only 450 years ago. Get over it. Because their slaves, their forefathers should have never done it, and they should never, those words should never come out of their mouth.
Right.
Secondly, Willie Lynch was successful in brainwashing and deceiving our people through slavery. He killed us and spiritually and made us dead. And so now when we talk about it, we may not be going through it as much as they did, as much as our ancestors went through it before. But now when we talk about it, we talk about it in such a non-intelligent manner. Like it never happened. Well, I'm not going through it now, so what, or what happened before. But if that was your wife and that happened to your wife, you will want to kill that man. I don't care what nobody would say.
Now that he did acknowledge, Sister Hatshepsut. That he did acknowledge. Okay, that he did acknowledge, ma'am. Okay, but the thing is, though, but Sarge is of the opinion, just get over it. What about these other groups of people?
No, I'm not.
Go ahead, Sarge.
You know, I never said nothing like that.
Sarge, you got a question?
Okay, Sarge.
Yeah, you know, see, that's why I got to keep yelling. You can keep saying shit I don't say.
Shabaka.
Sir, yes, sir.
Shabaka, we got a question for Sarge.
Now, let me tell you what I have said about it.
Hold on.
So you'll be clear. Finally, this time.
Sarge.
All right, let me tell you what I said about it. Let me tell you what I said about it.
Sarge, we need to...
I said, I wish to keep it in historical context. Because, yes, it did happen that long ago. And to keep rehashing it as a grievance for the present is counterproductive and destructive.
That's a lie.
That's what I said.
It's a lie, Sarge. It's a lie.
Oh, boy.
Now, the historical truth is not intended to be a perpetual crutch for everything that's wrong with you today.
Sarge.
Epigenetics, Sarge. It's called passed down intergenerational, Sarge. Just like slavery.
Well, I don't accept that. I don't believe it. You can believe it if you want to. I don't.
Okay, Sarge, can I ask you a question, Sarge? I'm just going to ask you straight out, Sarge. Do you believe that shit stinks?
Having had a lot of experience with shit, I think that's probably true.
Okay. In this scenario, as the sister had pointed out to you, Sarge, okay, you're not believing that shit stinks, okay? And this is why I said, Sarge, that everybody that voted for Donald Trump, okay, Sarge, everybody who had voted for Donald Trump, what they should have did when they got their sample ballots is that they should have went to the restroom, wiped their asses with it, and put it in a ballot box, because that there would be no question.
Oh my God.
Sarge, your statement, sir, a man of your intelligence, a man of your education, a man of your vigor and self-righteousness, man. I don't understand, man, why you going for this banana in a tailpipe, man. Come on, man.
You see what you just did? Now, just a moment ago, we talked about the relevance of acknowledging the god-awful atrocity of slavery relating to the United States and how we are to regard it in 2024. That's what we were just talking about. Now you want to know, why did I vote for Donald Trump? You see what you just
I had a question before that.
I just spun you in the corner, man, and just leave.
No, you didn't. You just cheap trick and expect me not to notice.
Sarge, are you saying, Sarge, you got hit below the belt, Sarge?
No, yeah, you're damn right, man.
Okay, Sarge, then go right down there.
Hold on, Shabaka. I got a question for Sarge. I want to get this answered before we go any further. Mac 285 wants to know, did we receive reparations for the wrongdoing of slavery, Sarge? And we want our payback for what has been done.
The people who were enslaved did not receive, as a general rule, reparations for slavery because the Constitution of the United States forbids ex post facto law. It's right there in Article 4 of the Constitution. You can't have ex post facto law. You cannot retroactively make something that was legal illegal.
They did so, Sarge.
Wait a minute, do you understand that concept or not?
Okay, let me tell you what I understand.
There's not a slavery exception to that rule.
Sarge, let me tell you what I understand. Okay, here's what I understand. I'm out here in this desert, right? Okay, it's cold as hell outside, right? For me to go out here, Sarge, and that is 125 degrees at this point right now, and I was to believe that stuff, I'm in what they were calling California 5150, meaning that I'm crazy. Okay. Your 40 whatever president, two-time president,
47
is unstable. He's incompetent. He is a crook. You feel what I'm saying? Okay.
Just like the 46.
Are we talking about slaves being not compensated, or we got to talk about Trump?
We're gonna
Slaves were compensated, Sarge, with a nightstick as it glided gracefully upside his head. Slaves were compensated when they had left the plantation, and here come the policy enforcers. Okay, policy enforcers.
You know about that, Sarge. You were one of them 5 years.
To take them back. Okay, but nobody sees the white elephant in the room on that.
Okay, Shabaka,
once again,
I'm gonna give you some modern day historical context. Okay, 63 million human lives have been exterminated by the government countenance. I didn't say endorsed, by the government and countenance regime of abortion. Slavery was not that bad compared to that. But yet still, we are a presidential candidate who just based our entire platform on butchering babies in the womb.
Sorry. Okay.
I'd like you to keep that in mind for some historical context, because right now that's going on.
Sarge, you're lying.
Okay, we have a woman on our platform, Sister Headset. Okay, what is your response?
63 million, Shabaka.
Okay,
Go ahead.
let the lady speak. Yeah, go ahead, sister. Drop knowledge. Work with him, says. Rain upside his dome.
It was that me personally, I know that slavery was terrible. Because for one, being a daughter of a Native American mother and a black father, both of them went through slavery, and both of them taught me my history. And that white man is nothing nice. I don't care how nice he acts,
Right.
how sweet he is. Trump may look like he all that and this and that and the other,
Yeah.
but he's leading us in the Civil War the same way he did when we was in slavery. Now, what I was going to say was about what Malcolm X talked about, the house nigga and the field nigga.
Yeah.
The field nigga was trying to get the hell out of there. The house nigga was like,
Shabaka's Blacc experience at hand. Come on with it,
you know what
sister.
I'm saying? So if you
That's
follow
what
it,
he
that's
said.
what he said. That's the way that he noted it. He said house nigga and field nigga. Now,
Exactly.
the house nigga today, Minister Farrakhan has all kinds of tools, because that's what I follow, of how to create your own government. We got books, we got lessons, we got lectures on how to create your own government. But we don't want to follow him in that sense. Not saying that you have to follow him for religion. You don't have to. But follow him in that sense and how to create your own government, because we want to stay with the house nigga syndrome. I got to stay with master. Why can't we just create our own and stop bending over backwards for him? Don't you want to have your own land, your own stores? Look at
work with him,
to see yourself.
Same thing how he told David Cross.
2024 trying to bend over backwards for master. It's time. I understand where it starts to come from when it's time to get over, but it kind of is time to get over, but it's always gonna be there. It's a history that's always gonna be there. But when it's time to get over, that means moving forward and creating your own.
That's right. And as far as
So we gotta wake up and start with all this madness.
Right. Thank you, Sister Hussein.
Turn here, Sarge.
Sarge, you're
The sun.
Okay, I have never in my life, and I will never in my life say we need to get over slavery. I will never say it. I have never said it.
Sarge.
But I am not saying it now. I am saying to put it in historical context and not use it as a contemporary crutch.
As a crutch.
That's what I'm saying.
Sarge.
Now, let me finish. Now, speaking of Malcolm X, Malcolm X warned me that the greatest contemporary threat to black people, if you remember correctly, Malcolm X said the biggest contemporary threat to black people is the white liberal. And Kamala Harris is nothing but a white liberal in blackface, and people like her.
She cosplaying him.
I remember that, and Malcolm X was right.
The point I was trying to make for you, Sarge, is that we do not have to be behind master for the rest of our life. Of course, we're not going to get over slavery. None of us is going to get over our history. Right. But we can move forward and create our own.
Sarge, your petition be taxed to go toward repayment for the victims of slavery, says Mac 285.
Okay, first of all, okay, now I just heard a proposal made, and now I want to unpack that proposal and examine it in detail. Because it's fine and dandy to make rhetorical flourishes, but the logistics of implementing a government and a nation are not that simple. Now, if you're going to say that we will need to create our own nation and have our own government, how is that to be accomplished? Where is the territory going to come from? Under what jurisdiction is that government going to ensue? So we're going to set aside the Constitution being the supreme law of the land? Is it going to come about as a result of a war? Is it going to come about the war of a revolution? How is this to be accomplished?
Let me answer that question, Shabaka. Let me answer that question.
Yes, ma'am. Work with him, says.
What I was going to say was about that, brother, is that people like Master Fard Muhammad, he came in 1930 to set up a government of his own kind, the black man and the black woman. So now today we have mosques, we have schools, we have nations, we have businesses all over the world, even in Ghana, all over the world, where we are setting up our own government. So now we have become a nation within a nation, and the presidents have never came in there in the mosque and tried to stop it. Now we are on a movement today to where we are creating our own government, but we have to have the unity first. So that's what we're working on, because there's too much division and everyone to unite enough to create a government.
Bang, bang. Boom, that's what it's doing.
That's the start. At least we're trying.
Bang. Landing at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Can you continue?
Okay. Once again, Shabaka, what I heard was a theory. I heard an outline. I know what the Nation of Islam did. Once upon a time, I had aspirations to be a member of the Nation of Islam. Once upon a time, I read Muhammad Speaks and Message to the Black Man. I know very well the Nation of Islam. What I'm saying is that there is not a square centimeter of earth on the United States continent where the Constitution of the United States does not apply. There is no such thing as a black nation that can exist under the laws of the Constitution. Now, that's why I ask my question again. How does this nation separate itself from the United States Constitution and its jurisdiction?
Okay, can I ask you a question? Have
Please
you read
do.
our Constitution, the book of Constitution from the Nation of Islam, that was produced by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad in the 1950s? Have you read that book?
Is there was anything in it explaining how he is going to evade the jurisdiction of the United States in the United States?
Yes.
How does that to be accomplished?
Well, first of all, what you have to lay down is a hierarchy, because you have a way of communicating whatever you want to a people, just like you have the brother captain, the sister captain, the minister, and the secretary in every mosque. And you have a way of communicating whatever you want. I went to brother and said, how can I get my reparations? He said, this is how it's done. You have every form of education in the Nation of Islam to help you get done whatever you want. That book of the Constitution tells you how to lay down whatever you want, write it up, and bring it to the minister, or bring it to Farrakhan, or bring it to whoever you want to, or travel, go to Chicago, do it yourself, instead of having somebody else do it for you, and it will get done. Guaranteed. They paid for my college when I didn't have no money. They will help you. They will help you with whatever you want. You don't have to be part of the Nation of Islam in order to get help. All you have to do is just be a person of color.
Okay. I got a question.
What was just described to me was a system of networking and not a government. That's a system of networking. That can already exist without a nation.
Come on, brother. You act like we're not trying.
No, again, I'm saying what you described to me was a networking system. You describe a government or a nation.
Well, it talks about how to start. Okay, I admit we haven't started a government yet, but it talks about how to start one in that book. That's what I was mentioning to everybody. We all have the tools in front of us, but we're not opening up the book and dusting them off and dusting off our Bible to get to the source of what we need in this country. All you have to do is follow what's in front of you. But we're not doing that. I have the tools, but I can't do it alone. I have to work on the unity part amongst groups and united with the group first, so we can do it as a unit. That's what we're working on today in 2024, is creating a dang on government. What are you working on? Arguing about it?
All right, let me ask you a question then. What are the foundational principles of this nation? Is it in any way, shape, form, or fashion based upon a hierarchy of racial privilege? Is it or is it not? That's my question. Is this nation in its foundational principles establishing a hierarchy of privilege based upon race? Yes or no?
Yes. No. And I don't care what you say, it's no, because they have mentioned it, like they have the affirmative action, they have other things, but I would say no, because they're not doing it. And the difference between talking about it is the difference between doing it. If they were doing it, our brothers and sisters wouldn't have no
So then now, I'm asking more. I got more questions. So
Let me finish, Sarge. Let me finish, okay? I'm a lady now. Let me finish.
That's right.
And who would have
Tell him,
people
sister.
calling us? I just had a friend of mine, his daughter got a text talking about you're free to come to my plantation and work and pick for cotton. How many years ago was that when we was doing that? But yet you want to help us with your hierarchy. That's a bunch of BS. That's a
She's
bunch
right,
of BS.
Sarge. Yes, Sarge. She's right, Sarge.
I think anybody who's dumb would see that.
Yeah.
Okay. Now that you've established that there is no principle in this government you wish to found that's based upon a racial hierarchy, my next question is, what are the principal founding ideas of this nation you're proposing? Give me the top three.
Self-sufficiency, Sarge. Doing for self, Sarge. Generating our own revenue, Sarge. Building our own industry, Sarge.
Love.
She's raining all inside your dome,
All right, now,
man.
and where is that prevented in the United States in 2024?
Being black in America.
Whatever we want to do. If it was prevented, they
Yeah,
would
he
have
doesn't want
stopped
to see a black
a long time ago and arrest everybody.
Okay.
She got a point, Sarge. Yeah, Sarge. She got you looking bad, man.
Oh, please, Shabaka, come on.
Sorry.
If you believe that, then fine. That's fine. I'm glad. I'm glad that you consider that to be so. All right, I got more questions, Shabaka.
And that she did not use one word of profanity, Sarge. She explained it to you much better than I
did. The explanation. That's why I don't need to distort what you said. She made it clear what she had in mind. Of course, I don't think she went into enough depth, but she made clear what she intended to say. So I don't need to distort it. Okay, so let me ask more questions, because that's the way you learn things. You ask questions and you research. All right, so I got some more questions for you. Here we go. Now, we've got a principle, let's see, I think we've established the nation is not founded on racial hierarchy. The nation is founded on unity and wealth promulgation through networking. Now, is that fair? Wait a minute. Is it fair to say that's part of it?
Sorry,
I just asked the question. I didn't dawdle, I didn't ramble. I said we got two principles established. No racial hierarchy. Number two, networking and wealth promulgation through that networking. And I'm still trying to understand what is necessary for a nation to accomplish this in the United States in 2024.
But first of all, brother, they have millions of books for the nation of Islam that's talking about the same subject as we're talking about right now. The whole thing is about you got to pick it up and you got to read it. I can't just lay out all the books to you in 30 minutes. You have to read the books. I can give you a whole line of books that you can get that deal with that topic, because I'm not the one who wrote the book. So I'm only going by what I read personally, because I ain't even all that. But the first book that you should pick up is The Constitution of the Nation of Islam. Pick up that book and order it from the Final Call. When you see a brother out there in the street, get a Final Call, ask him about the book, he'll tell you where it's at, and he'll tell you how to order it. Right then and there. The Constitution lays it all out. And then there's other books, The Torchlight of America. Our Savior has arrived. He ain't coming. He has arrived, so we have the knowledge in front of us. Oh, there's all kinds of books that talk about that. Even in Message to the Black Man, go back to that book and look for that stuff. It's in there. All I'm saying is that we have tools in front of us, but we are not using them.
Oh, well,
okay.
Sarge,
all right.
Somebody in the chat room
saying,
yeah, somebody in the chat room, Sarge, says you don't know how to pick your fight. But something you did say about you, Sarge, you said you'll fight with anyone. I can't take that from you, Sarge.
Oh, no, not necessarily.
No matter how.
Not necessarily.
Okay, Sarge.
No. You like to go, I like to fight just for the sake of fighting. Well, I did like to box, but I'm just saying that I don't do it just for the sake of fighting. I mean, look, I do it in an attempt to, compare and contrast ideas It's called epistemology. You know, the way you determine the truth of a thing. You compare and contrast ideas. You put them up against each other through endless debate and discussion, and you discover what the nature of truth is. That's kind of what it is here. Everyone's trying to understand it. The nature of truth. And I would submit to you, again, nothing I precludes any of the things mentioned from being done while being governed under the United States. The only way nations are formed may be
but you know, Sarge, I'm going to tell you something.
First and foremost, through conquest and victory in war. Secondly, by a group of people coming together, either organically or through some sort of administratively realized arrangement, agreeing to become a nation. That's rare compared to conquest and war. I don't care where in the world. That's the nature of things most of the time. So, given that reality, I do think it is feasible that to occur on the continent of the United States in the form of a government that is independent of the jurisdiction of the United States Constitution.
Okay, but Sarge, how come we cannot self-govern ourselves?
Well, the whole point of the Constitution is so people can be as self-governing as they can with minimal intrusion from the various levels of government.
Sarge,
that's the whole point of the United States Constitution.
Okay, you're missing my point. How come we, as a people, cannot self-govern ourselves? Why do we need guys like Uncle Tim Scott, old Sambo, other house Negro down there in North Carolina, black man saying they need to bring back slavery?
Mark Rock.
Sarge, that is asinine.
Who says we need gatekeepers anyway? I'm not the one to say we need gatekeepers of any sort, whether they're white or black.
Okay.
Why do we need gatekeepers for prospects to our success?
Now, so you want our ancestors who didn't have to deal with your white nation building. So our ancestors didn't have to deal with your white nation building, Sarge. We need to build our own nation.
No, I'm saying that they got, I mean, look, Haiti's been ruled by black leaders for I don't know since when. I know you can talk about what France did in the form of reparations and what the various powers in the Northern Hemisphere did to Haiti.
Okay, but
for the most part, they have been self-governing for most of the history.
Regime. Okay, but hold on a second. I'm sorry. Now, hold on a second. Now, why is Haiti constantly got this colonial debt to France? For what?
Because I tell you why. Because France boxed them into a corner, and because they've had a succession of 90 coups of presidents in their history. 90, most of which didn't have anything to do directly with their indemnity to France.
You compare.
90 coups in their relatively short history. 90.
Sarge. You're still comparing apples to oranges.
No, I'm not. I'm comparing apples to apples, baby. Name somebody with a record like that anywhere on the planet.
Okay, Sarge. What it is, Sarge, is because France got their nose bloody, got their eyes swelled shut. Okay, so they taking out regimes is because they were thoroughly humiliated. Okay, just like that guy, that old Hayden Biden sent with his feet out behind, talking about President Museveni of Uganda. If you do not accept this alphabetized agenda, we will cut off our foreign aid. President Museveni stated that we are not with that garbage and keep the aid, and we're not changing shit. And by the way, white boy, you still here? His mouth fell open.
Okay. Again, I understand that the reparations to Haiti has been crippling to its economy. That does not explain the state it's in today all by itself. It simply does not.
Yes, it
because Sarge.
Yes,
Sarge. Is because they got something that they call saboteurs, Sarge. You see what I'm saying? Just like in the black community. In the black community, you got saboteurs. Two main saboteurs in the black community that you could mention. Kamala Harris, Barack Obama. Oh, by the way, too, Sarge, and I'll put you to our listeners. With this here being Veterans Day yesterday, has anybody paid homage to Fred Hampton, Andre Christoph, those who made the ultimate sacrifice, even to those who died in the civil rights movement, and then to all those out there that sat at the lunch counter and begged a white man for a cup of coffee? I got a question. Why would you sit at a lunch counter asking a person to serve you food who despises you that could have been had lye in it, bleach, shit, urine? Okay, yes, that don't make no sense, Sarge. That don't add up. In other words, Sarge, that is just as asinine when you told me that if you saw a Klansman in the ER needing a blood transfusion, that you would give him blood. Now, say you didn't say that, Sarge.
Not what I said.
I got to
Now,
back
what I said,
episode.
I'll tell you what I said, because I don't mind telling you what I said again.
Okay,
I mean, I
you
stand
say,
by everything I say, whether anybody agrees with me or not. I don't mind telling you what I said.
Okay, get your line straight. Yeah.
Remember, I'm not going to lie. I said what I would do is make it conditional upon circumstances.
You make it conditional upon.
Yeah, I make it conditional on circumstances.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, here's what I would do. The conditional upon circumstances that I'm looking at his conehead ass wearing his sheets. You see what I'm saying? That lists numerous members of our people, not to mention our families. I mean, man, to me, Sarge, the answer is a no-brainer. To me, it's a no-brainer, Sarge.
What is that?
Look, now you asked me what I would do. You asked me what I would do, and then you tell me what you would do.
Yeah.
That's not. That wasn't me, Shabaka.
Hold on a second. Hold on, I'll be right with you.
Yeah. That's
all right. Well, Sister Headset, you got compliments in the chat room, ma'am.
Yeah, we got.
The gentleman here says Sarge does not know how to pick his fights. He'll fight with anyone. and then the gentleman says to Sister Headset, ain't no way in hell that he would be debating with that divine lioness such as yourself. You can't win against a lioness of that stature. And Sister has said, I want to commend you, man. You blazing days and leading shin battered Sarge's brain.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Mac 285 got a question, Shabaka. He says, why are you shooting at the airplanes coming from America, Sarge?
Okay, could you repeat that, Brother Ted? You were kind of distorted, sir.
He said, why were Haitians shooting at the airplanes coming from America, Sarge?
Earth calling Sarge. Earth calling Sarge.
Hold on a second. You with me there?
Yeah, what's all that beeping, man?
I gotta shut off this damn beeping and this damn car's making. Maybe a door's open or something.
Is it a Google car, Sarge?
No, it's one of these idiotic Altimas, man. It's a Nissan Altima. It makes a kind of beeping racket for some damn reason.
Oh, okay.
Door's open, the seatbelt's not on, something.
Okay, well, get in touch with Elon Stinky Bird, man. You know, he might give you.
He don't have anything to do with Hyundai or Nissan. He don't have anything to do with Nissan.
Okay. All right. But sorry. Okay. I'll never forget in 1992, Sarge. Okay, in Los Angeles, during the rebellion, that there was a man who was hit 52 times upside his head, and a nightstick glide gracefully upside his head 52 times. That had the audacity.
Sarge. Can you?
That is sad, man.
Sarge.
That is sad. That is sad. All right. Just like Uncle Tim Scott with Zippity Doo Dah Zippity Day. I got plenty of nothing, and nothing's plenty for me. Zippity Doo Dah Zippity Day.
Right there.
Sarge.
My, and what a wonderful day. Sarge, can you answer this question? Why were Haitians shooting at the airplanes coming from America, Sarge?
because they have anarchy and chaos there, and effectively no government. That's why. And that always ensues when there is no effective government. Right now, Haiti is almost in its normal state of affairs where anarchy and chaos reign.
I see.
That's why.
Okay, hold on, Sarge.
We got
just like with a dog, as in human shit. And I want to make that perfectly clear, by the way. Okay, a man who is morally bankrupt, who is rich as hell, who's a narcissist, okay, who sits up there and goes off with something like Stormy Daniels, talks about hiding Biden is old and decrepit, sleepy Joe. But doesn't this old bastard realize, man, is that he is 79 years old, Sarge? Can't hear you,
Look.
Man. Yeah.
I swear to God, man, you love to focus on trivia. You want to talk about Elijah Muhammad and all the women that he knocked up? Young women and that? You want to talk about that? Or you want to talk about Donald Trump's supposed escapades with some porn star that she denied in an official letter? Why do you think Malcolm left the Nation of Islam in the first place?
Okay, well, Sister has said.
Yeah. You're kind of leaving that out. But you want to talk about Donald Trump?
Okay, work with him, Sister Headset Shoot. He's got his right hand lowered. Perfect opportunity.
I want to know what you think about the fact that Malcolm left the nation over that for literally telling the truth. About Elijah Muhammad's relationship with his subordinate young women.
Sarge, the young woman is about to answer your question. Go ahead, sister.
First of all, Malcolm X didn't leave the nation. He was killed by the CIA and FBI. That's the way he left the nation by leaving the earth.
I think I read somewhere with Dick Gregory said the same thing. Sister, work with him, bang, 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 upside his dome.
Secondly, okay, the master never just sat up and knocked up women. You always go by what the white man said. Okay, the white man.
Oh, okay, he impregnated them then. Is that okay? Is it accurate the scripture say they were impregnated?
Come on.
Let me finish.
Let him finish. Hold on, sister. Okay, sister. I'm going to unmute you, Sarge, and let you respond. Okay, sister, go ahead, answer Sarge's question, and then we're going to let Sarge come in with his counter answer, ma'am. Go ahead. You have the floor.
Okay, when the Honorable Elijah Muhammad first joined the Nation of Islam, he met Master Brotha Muhammad first. Master Brotha Muhammad, I don't care what nobody says, is God in person. Okay, when he met him, he told him what to do. And when he told him what to do, he said, you're going to have to marry 7 different women. And the 7 different women you're going to have to practice polygamy with. That's the only thing that his wife couldn't accept was a polygamy portion. And she passed away like that. So he married 7 wives. She had people in Africa do it, but when they do it in America, they want to talk about it. They call you a pimp and say you knocked up somebody. I dare you talk about my messenger and say that he just sat up there and knocked him up. He loved all of his wives, every last one of them, and supported every last one of them. That mess that you seen in that movie where they said he just knocked him up and didn't take care of his kids, that was madness that came from the CIA and the FBI. The same way they set up the nation, they set up the Black Panthers the same way to start them and to start mischief and the shedding of blood, and they succeeded in the death of Malcolm X. And you're talking about him like he didn't do nothing. I dare you talk about my brothers and sisters like that.
Right.
Because if you was in person in front of me, you'd be on the floor.
Oh, wait.
Whoa.
Okay. Well, that's typical of people who cannot confront the truth. They have to respond with threats of violence rather than make a case. Now, that's what she just said. But let me tell you, I'm going to make a case. Wait a minute. I'm going to make a case as a former Army light heavyweight boxing champion. This is what I'm going to say. I'm going to say that Malcolm X, I don't know whether Elijah Muhammad supported his children or not. I know this much. He did not have a formal ceremony acknowledging his marriage to all of these other women. The people in the Nation of Islam were not aware of it. He kept it a secret. That is a fact. They did not know, and that is what Malcolm X exposed to the members of the Nation of Islam, and they couldn't stand it when he did. That's one of the reasons.
How do you know that? Were you there? Were you in the mosque when it happened? How do you know? Of course, my answer is the mosque.
Satisfied. I am satisfied that the historical record proves it.
What historical?
No, I wasn't there. Were you there when the slaves? Were you there when the slaves came to the United States in 1619? No, you weren't there either. But you go by the historical record.
Sarge.
I was there. No, I the ancestors that was there when it.
No, so I wasn't there. That doesn't be sure of it.
Sarge, were you there? Which life?
Well, you got your belief system. I got my belief system. You can call me Bob.
Good. We'll leave it at that then. Good. We can leave it at that. You have your beliefs. I have mine. Tend to stay with them until you give me better evidence.
Oh my.
Well, then don't ask me any questions if you don't want my answer.
No, I got your answer. I'm responding to it. I said, your delusional beliefs, be my guest. I will not share them.
Hold it, Sarge. Whoa, hold on. Wait a minute, Sarge. I take you.
Well, let me just say you're going to knock me out.
Yeah, okay, wait a minute, Sarge. Okay, hold on. Wait a second, Sarge. Wait a minute. That woman spoke with you with the utmost of courtesy and respect, and she did not use that one cuss word, Sarge. And then on top of it, Sarge, she rained on your dome badly, Sarge.
Well, look, man, I don't take kindly to that sort of thing, because I spent much of my life with people trying to kill me. You understand? As a soldier, a police officer, and everything, people trying to kill me all my life. I don't take kindly to threats, even in the abstract.
False allegations.
Okay, Sarge. Nobody threatened you, man. Come on, quit smoking that dope, man. Quit drinking that moonshine.
It was abstract, but I'm telling you, it was gratuitous and not necessary.
Oh my God.
Okay, Sarge. Okay.
Well, what you said was unnecessary. No,
it wasn't. He impregnated women that he did not acknowledge as his wife.
Sarge,
now that's a fact.
Sarge, what you said was gratuitous.
I didn't say most. I didn't use the word knocked up this time. I said he impregnated them, and he did not acknowledge them as his wives publicly.
Sorry.
You know why? Because the rhetoric that they gave them when they found out about it was ridiculous.
Right.
And they gave details about Mother Chinetta, because she was beautiful, and other wives that he married that were drop dead gorgeous, they had a problem with it. Yeah. And when they found out about it, they gave him hell. When they didn't know about it, there was no hell. That's why he kept people, because people flip.
Yeah. Well, that's a rationalization, and I don't think that was good enough for Malcolm X and many others, who, by the way, Malcolm X had been a pimp, and he reformed from that kind of thing. He understood what was so destructive about it. That's why he didn't like it.
Okay,
well, I mean, we're none of us are perfect. We all have our flaws. There's some things people I don't like, but that doesn't mean I'm going to leave the nation. Malcolm X never left the nation. He was killed. He was killed.
Oh, he wasn't a fan there. Oh, he was killed. He was killed by self-appointed executioners.
Yeah, called the Central Intelligence Agency. Sorry.
Reserved to.
Okay.
Wait a minute. So you're telling me all those members of the Nation of Islam were just recruited against their will into the CIA to do a hit on Malcolm X?
Sarge. It's called extortion, Sarge. Go to Los Angeles and crash with that no good murdering bastard by the name of Mark Furman had said just that when we want to get to the truth. And what we do is we take 5 niggas, we beat the first one, we beat the second one, worse than we did the first one, we beat the third one, worse than we did the second one. The fourth one is going to tell you what you want to know, and the fifth one is going to concern. Yes, Sarge, yeah. Real fine police.
Well, none of his convicted killers raised that as a defense at their trial. He just went ahead and went to the joint over and wouldn't even raise it.
Sarge, I hate to be the bad news. All those guys, man, were cleared of those charges, man.
We mean, no, they weren't.
Oh, yes,
all of his killers were acquitted. All of them went up the river for it.
Okay, okay, be wise service. We wise ass serpents, if I'm saying your name correctly, sir. Counterintelligence program conducted by the Federal Bureau of Investigation from 1956 to 1971 to discredit and neutralize organizations considered subversive to U.S. political stability. Fuhrer Furman lives in Idaho now. Yeah, man, I've been through Idaho. I had to hear him get the hell up out of there. Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah. Now, Sarge, hold on, Sarge. You talking about homosexuals, transvestites, and what have you. Guess who was a homosexual and transvestite, Sarge, that wears woman's clothes? His name was John Edgar Hoover. Yeah.
And the point of that is in relationship to Cower and Felpro and the fact that none of that was linked to Malcolm X assassination by any credible objective evidence?
Sarge, the X-Man said
other than a general memo about threats to the United States caused by the Black Revolutionary Movement?
Earth calling Sarge. Earth calling Sarge. Come in, Sarge.
I'm here. I got my feet firmly planted on the ground.
Okay, Sarge. Down there in the great state of Georgia. Okay. Now, Sarge. Malcolm himself stated that, hey, I'm going to quit saying it's the Nation of Islam because I train these dudes. It is definitely some outside forces that's out to get it. You see what I'm saying? And even Dick Gregory had stated in one of his final lectures is that they said that the shooters of Malcolm were below level. Malcolm was on the stage, and that the rounds that came from an upward angle. But according to Dick Gregory, Sarge, the rounds came from a downward angle, Sarge. The plot thickens. Oh, here's one for you.
Was Dick Gregory the medical examiner?
Okay, hold on, Sarge.
Wait, was Dick Gregory the medical examiner? Did he do the autopsy on Malcolm X?
Okay. Sarge, okay, listen. Please do not ignore the fact, Sarge, that Bayard Rustin was all.
Sorry, y'all. The internet died. I got a direction everything here.
To start your show now, press 1.
It appears that the host has already dialed into this show. Only one host is allowed per show. Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
To start your show now, press.
It appears that the host has already dialed into this show. Only one host is allowed per show. Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye. Welcome to Blog Talk Radio.
Sorry, y'all.
And I'm saying to our listening audience as well, too, has anybody thought to pay respect to those brave men and women who laid their lives down in the Black Panther Party? Has anybody paid respect to those who were killed in the civil rights movement? Okay. Has anybody thought about them, Sarge, on Veterans Day?
Well, given the fact that the holiday is meant to commemorate veterans of the armed forces of the United States, I would imagine such a decision would have to be left to any particular individual to commemorate it as they see fit. But the purpose officially of the holiday is, as declared by Congress, to honor veterans of all of America's history. It's armed forces.
Okay, Sarge.
Now, you're free to commemorate it any way you want to, but you can't expect the rest of the country to do it.
Okay, Sarge. Has Donald Duck, man, promised you a cabinet position, man?
No, and I wouldn't take it if he did.
But Sarge, you sitting up there loving the man, saying he's a great president.
I'm a citizen of the United States. I got the right to express my opinion about any damn thing that happens here.
Okay, but hold on, Sarge. Now, Sarge, I crossed Frisco Bay, Sarge, when I was up there a few days ago, man. It was a beautiful day. And guess what, Sarge? Alcatraz Island is sitting right out there. They need to make that there the White House, the executive mansion, okay, where he can have, Stormy Daniels, Candace Owens, the Trump broad, Ivanka, whatever her name is. You see, Sarge? And then he could have a Secret Service protection. But the deal is, Sarge, they got to leave it in a raggedy, ratchet, unsanitary condition that it is. Okay, and I think, Sarge, that will project the perfect image, man, of your 47th president of the United States. What do you think about
that? You're going to be really mad. Hey, you're going to be really mad at Donald Trump when he drops the price of the gas you got to put in your car, the amount of money it takes you to buy a loaf of bread, about how much it takes to either buy a house or rent an apartment. You're going to be mad as hell at Donald Trump for doing that for you, ain't you?
Okay.
You're going to really hate his guts, aren't you?
Okay. Sorry. What that crooked bastard could do tomorrow.
Right? And along with keeping a whole bunch of illegal aliens out of the country to take black folks' jobs, that's what they're doing. They're taking black folks' jobs along with other American citizens, too.
Well,
you're going to really be mad at Donald Trump when he does all that, ain't you?
Okay, Sarge. What Donald Trump can do, he can impress the hell out of me tonight to make a call to these crooked-ass automotive repairs that told me when I got my oil changed, man, that I need $1,600 for a new U-bar, a new this, a new that, a new bushings on my car, Sarge. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, you should learn how to fix your car like me. It won't cost me about a couple $100 in parts.
Okay, Sarge, I know all about the Chilton manual, Sarge, and I know to go get me a socket set and all that and have to crawl up under there.
I need some pullers, some bushing, some tie rod end pullers and bushing pullers and all that stuff. You're going to need more than just a socket set. For suspension work. Maybe a coil spring compressor and a whole bunch of other stuff.
Okay, well, Sarge, tell you what. When you decide to come out here to Las Vegas, Sarge, and bump them stones off them crap tables and come on 7-Eleven, I will meet with you. I'll even sit at a lunch counter with you, Sarge, and beg
man, I might just decide to do that one of these days. I might just surprise the hell out your ass. I might just try to come there and take you up on it.
Okay, Sarge. Hey, and then keep in mind, though, Sarge, is that I'm a shadow warrior, Sarge.
Okay, that's good.
Okay.
That's good. It's best to be surreptitious about that sort of thing.
Okay. Now, Sarge. Now, the thing is this, man. Okay. The United States, Sarge, that you love so much, okay, is morally bankrupt. It is totally corrupt. Okay, we got 202 calling. I believe I know who that is out of 202. Okay, 202, just press 1, and we'll be more than happy to have a call, to have you on the air, 202. Okay, I think I know who it is. Now, Sarge, why don't you just admit the fact, okay, is that the U.S. Constitution, you could take it and wipe your ass with it, man. Okay? I mean, really. Okay? It's garbage, man. It's a hypocritical document.
202.
Okay, 202.
22. What's your name?
Well, you can, but why should you? I mean, toilet paper is more efficient.
Okay, 202. You're unmuted.
All power to the people.
Oh, always. Yeah. Our brother right here. Yeah, our brother right here. By all means, okay? Sarge, I'm going to mute you out for a minute and let this gentleman here speak. Go ahead, brother.
No, I just came on, so I want to listen for a minute before I speak on the subject. I don't know what the subject is. I just came on.
It's open mic tonight, brother. It's open mic. And basically, Sister had stepped through it, man, had rained upside Sarge's dome so bad, man, you know what I'm saying? And we got Sarge on mute. Sarge, we're going to unmute you. But go ahead, brother, you know, and please state your piece. And you said you'd like to comment later?
Yeah, I'll chime in a little later. Let me listen to the conversation a little bit.
Well, we're about
Absolutely.
See what everybody's talking about.
Shabaka.
Yes, sir. Okay, and please don't nobody hang up. In 9 minutes, we're going in overtime.
So we start.
Okay, Sarge.
Statements.
Okay, Sarge, the gentleman right here, man, is waiting on what you have to say. And I believe this is Mr. Joe. Mr. Will. 202?
He said he's just listening, Shabaka.
Okay. All righty. Okay. All right. Okay, so go ahead, Sarge. State what you were stating and what have you. And then also, too, Sarge, in our chat room, somebody was saying Vietnam, Korea were corporate sacrifice and secret society sacrifice.
Exactly. And Mac take to
He also states,
pay us our reparations. We can make our own damn car.
Okay.
Oh, he's going to promulgate the automobile industry overnight, huh? Okay, good luck with that.
Sarge, I don't blame him. Many times when I walk down the streets of a major city, seeing some blasted Google cars with no driver in it, man, that to me, man, that raises some very, very serious concerns.
All right, well, look, there's lots of things that can be done. You know, I mean, it doesn't come about all that easily. You know, even Japan is one of the mightiest automobile manufacturers in the world today. How did they get their civilian auto market really going in a high gear? They got it because the United States did it because they needed a depot to repair all their military vehicles in the Korean War. And they sent all those military vehicles over to Japan in order to get repaired logistically, the ones that needed depot work. And that was the genesis for the whole Japanese automobile industry. It got kick-started because of the United States. And now they're one of the mightiest producers of automobiles, but didn't happen overnight.
Okay, now what about Mitsubishi, Sarge? They're the ones that brought you Pearl Harbor. Tell me.
They brought me the Zero. They brought me the Zero and the Betty G4M bomber. They made excellent aircraft, but it wasn't good enough to win the war because they didn't win it fast enough. When they didn't win the war up to Midway and they lost the Battle of Midway, they were on a strategic defense of the Western War and they were doomed. Had they maybe achieved all of their objectives in the first 6 months to a year, they might have had a chance. But in a war of attrition against the United States, they had no prayer whatsoever.
Okay, but Sarge, then they came with kamikaze. Okay? And,
yeah, let's talk about that.
Okay, they came with kamikaze. Okay, so Sarge, these men knew when they volunteered
an act of desperation, I might add. Even Japanese senior leaders had reservations about implementing it.
But guess what, though, Sarge? Here's something for you. The kamikazes were so swift. You had a guy who was your president by the name of Harry S. Truman that said, hey, let's work the Manhattan Project. Now, Truman went bombed.
No, Shabaka. No, Shabaka. Let's get the history right. The atomic bomb project was started as a result of Eastern European physicists, among them being Leo Szilard and Albert Einstein, who were worried about the Germans getting the atom bomb, and they wanted the United States to step up their efforts in order to use against Germany should it be necessary. It just so happened that they didn't have the bomb ready for delivery against Germany until June July of 1945, and Germany surrendered in May of 1945. So you can't justify dropping bombs on a country that surrendered now, can you?
Okay, Sarge. Okay.
But they were originating it to use against Germany, not Japan.
Sarge. I'm less than 100 miles from Nellis Air Force Base, okay, here in Las Vegas, right? And Nellis Air Force Base is pretty big. And, of course, this is where they experimented with these nuclear bombs, what have you. But it just seems to me, Sarge, based on what you're telling me, is how convenient that they would not have dropped those damn things on Berlin and Munich, and all of a sudden they just want to save them for Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Shabaka, I am simply telling you the historical record of the. I've thoroughly studied the development of the atomic bomb and the Manhattan Project, and I'm telling you, they worked as hard as they could to get it ready to use against Germany. But even by the time they were proposing to use it, the Allied armies were so far into Germany, both the Soviets and the Western Allies, there was no need for it. It was imminently going to collapse. And they didn't have it ready for the first use at Alamogordo until June 16th, 1945. Germany surrendered in May.
Sarge.
Yeah, that's the way things work.
How convenient, Sarge.
I mean, all you got to do is read the historical record and you'll see the development of the atomic bomb. It simply was not ready until then.
Okay, Sarge. Don't you think that they lie in historical records?
You know what they projected would happen when Japan was invaded? Have you read the operational plans for Operation Coronet and Operation Honshu and Kyushu? And they had literally in the operational orders for the divisions in the initial wave, you see 3 major divisions off the order of battle after 1 week. Why? Because they'd have been rendered combat ineffective with up to 50 or 60% casualties or more. They were anticipating as many as 250,000 Americans dead in the invasion of Japan and at least 8 to 10 million dead Japanese. That was what they were planning for. It's all there in the operational records of Operation Olympic and Operation Coronet. Read them. What kind of a bloodbath do you think it would have been if they hadn't dropped those atomic bombs?
Okay, Sarge. And once again, as I stated to you on another platform, they never gave the full recognition to the Tuskegee Airmen and the German Luftwaffe were no match.
You do that all the time. That's got nothing to do with you. The Tuskegee Airmen fought in Europe. They didn't fight on the Pacific.
Sarge, relax. Sarge, go smoke you some herb, man.
Jesus, the Tuskegee men fought in the Mediterranean theater and the Mediterranean theater of operation. They didn't even fight in the Pacific.
Sarge, the point and the fact of the matter is, Sarge, why don't you face the fact?
So why would you have been content with tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dead Americans in the invasion of Japan, which was necessary to bring about the defeat because they were prepared to give. They said, the Japanese leaders, General
90 seconds.
and General Kayutsuyo, said in their statements they were prepared to accept a death rate of up to 80% of the Japanese population to resist the invasion.
Okay,
they made it clear what they were prepared to sacrifice their nation rather than see it surrender. The atomic bomb left them no option other than to do so because they could not resist that.
And to quote the words of Hirohito, we must now bear the unbearable.
Yeah, at least he had
60 seconds.
Okay, hold on, no, Sarge. But explain this here to me, Sarge. Okay, but why is it that these Europeans who always figure that they are so self-righteous, you see what I'm saying, and their destruction, degradation, and what have you, and somebody's gonna come up on my wall when they play Lift Every Voice and Sing, you know, at these sporting events, okay, and 89% of white people refuse to stand for Lift Every Voice and Sing. And I've argued with these idiots on social media talking about there's only one national anthem for the United States and all this old type
10
of stuff.
seconds.
Okay, saying that everybody should stand for the American flag. Sarge, I'm subjugated, man, to taking that flag and using it as a doormat, shit paper, or I might raise me some panther cubs and have them tear it up. Sarge.
Look, Shabaka, if it's your flag and you own it, you can do what you want to with it. It's your property. But I'm just telling you, man, the reason that people don't stand for the things you think they ought to because they don't want to. And they got the liberty to do exactly that. Just like the players want to kneel at the NFL football games when the national anthems play, they're exercising their liberty too. I say more people need more liberty.
Well, hold on, Sarge. Glad you brought it up. Okay,
I ain't got no problem with it whatsoever.
Okay, when Colin Kaepernick exercised that, what is that dumpster? As in human shit.
He didn't like it. He just expressed his opinion about it. Great.
Okay, hold on. Whoa.
He didn't try to put him in jail. He didn't want to see him put in jail.
Okay, sorry.
What, he got to like it? He's got to like the guy up here doing that for the national anthem? He's supposed to say, Colin, I love you, Colin. You expressing disrespect for the flag. I'm all enamored of you. You're a hero of mine.
Okay.
No, he ain't got to do that.
Okay, hold on, Sarge. But Colin Kaepernick, just like Muhammad Ali, just like John Carlos and Tommy Smith, when they raised the Black Power salute at the 1968 Olympics,
thank you for calling.
Their livelihoods were diminished. Okay? And then on top of that, there too, Sarge, I'm supposed to sit up here and have sympathy for some raggedy ass white cave female who went and shoots and kills a man in his own apartment in Texas, and she gets up there and says, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I need to be out of jail." Kills the man, Sarge, in his own apartment. Some 6 o'clock, Barbie doll, Taylor Swift, looking bimbo.
Yep, Amber Geiger. She about
man, do you think for a minute, for a microsecond, I'm here to tell you what you're supposed to like or not like? I have no intention of doing. I'm simply telling you that neither can you tell Donald Trump what to like or dislike either, or anybody else. If they don't like it, they don't like it. And you can love it if they don't like it, they don't like it. Then look, as long as everybody gets the freedom to express their opinions about it, that's fine with me. It doesn't matter to me what they think. Just don't expect me to share it if I don't.
Okay, besides. Okay, now, this social media and what have you, and you should see the bullshit that comes up on my wall of hateration, Shabaka, you're a black racist. There's no such thing as a black racist, Sarge. I control no police department. I do not control no major manufacturing plants or farmland. I don't control no banks. You see what I'm saying, Sarge? So I'm in no position to implement any type of racism, Sarge. And forgive me for saying no, Sarge. I'm going to tell you straight out, what you just talked right there, sir, is bullshit.
Wait a minute, so you mean to tell me that people don't have a right to express opinions about people's conduct now?
Okay, but Sarge, when we went out there
I want to know, is that what you're saying? Because when you do things like disrespect the American flag and not stand up for national anthem, that is a form of conduct. And people have a right to express their opinions about it, whether they agree with you, me, or anybody else.
Okay, so in other words, Sarge, the next time I had to go urinate, and if I was to pull out my Johnson and urinate on the American flag, that there is my right too, right?
Is it your American flag? Do you own it?
No.
Yeah, it's your right to do.
And
we also got a right to comment upon what you've done.
Okay, but Sarge.
So I'm saying, if it's you own the flag and it's your property, you can do with it as you see fit.
Okay, but Sarge, I'm not saying, man, that the American flag should be hauling garbage. I'm saying, Sarge, that the American flag should be hauled away as garbage.
Okay, well, that's your opinion. You had a right to express it. Most Americans do not share it with you.
Sarge, I can care the hell less. Okay?
See, isn't that great? You live in the United States. You ought to be grateful for it.
I ought to be great.
Yeah, if anybody tries to abuse you, you got a civil rights case against.
Okay, so talk to dude wearing a dress who looks pretty much like the Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan, telling me what I need to do, telling me what I better do, or I will be incarcerated, and I'm damn near old enough to be this bastard daddy. And you are telling me that I should be grateful for that? Sarge, you out of your fucking mind, man.
Don't I never tell you need to quit voting for these Democrats who run these police departments? You keep voting for them anyway.
Sarge.
You keep voting for these Democrats. They run these police departments. They do this shit to you.
Sarge.
So where you vote for? Why do your colleagues and many of your comrades vote for them so goddamn much?
Okay, but
they run the police departments.
Okay, but Sarge. I've casted my last ballot in a presidential, gubernatorial, mayoral election. The only person who I'm voting for who runs for office where I'm able to vote for is Jesse Paris. Okay? Because, Sarge, that was the first time that I voted, okay, and I didn't vote for Kamala. I didn't vote for Donald Trump.
Well, at least I'm glad to hear that.
Okay, but hold on, Sarge. But guess who I wrote in? Charlie Brown. No, Charlie Brown.
Okay, well, good. Again, you exercise your freedom as an American citizen.
Okay, hold on, Sarge. Scratch everything I just said. Okay, I'm sorry. Because this is the first time I had voted in the state of Nevada. You can't do write-in candidates on there. Okay, in California, I could. But like I said, Sarge, I was a way much younger man than that. Okay, I'm sorry I wasted my time, and I will not be voting in no more of these scam elections. Now, Sarge, where you come from, like Chicago, you know what I'm saying? They could bribe me to go vote for one of these crooks. You know what I mean? Ain't that my right?
Nobody will know once you get in the booth. You ain't got to vote for none of them. They might give you a bribe, but you can always renege on it when you get in the booth now, can't you?
But Sarge, why would I turn down a great American tradition such as bribery?
Because it's illegal.
It's a great American tradition, Sarge.
If you're prepared to accept the consequences of maybe getting caught for it, be my guest.
Well, Sarge, I'm sure if the bribe is high enough, I could bribe the kangaroo judge.
Okay, there you go. See, now you got a reason.
Okay.
You just asked me a reason why you should do it, and I said or shouldn't, and you just gave me a reason why you should or shouldn't.
Okay,
you answered your own question.
Okay, but Sarge, okay, when it comes to voting, Sarge, okay, the generations after me, Sarge, the only thing I could pass down, man, from these 60 plus years I've been on this planet is to go build your own wealth, control your own resources of land, labor, capital, risk management, right? And leave these confused men alone who think that they can shove ketchup up their rectum, okay, and have menstrual cycles, which is a direct insult, Sarge, to the
Have you seen what Donald Trump intends to do about the LGBTQIA agenda in the federal government? You ought to be down with him on that one.
He
ain't having none of it. He ain't having none of it. I could read to you his 10-point plan to reform the federal government. And I'm going to tell you something. He sounds a lot like you do from time to time.
Okay, Sarge. Okay, the only documented that I'm interested in the orange juice signing is for reparations. Okay, for our people.
But it ain't gonna happen. So don't count on that, man. That ain't gonna happen. Sarge. To quote Al Pacino in a film called "And Justice for All," the trial is out of order. The judge is out of order. The whole process is out of order. It was designed to be out of order. It's called getting your head bumped, Sarge, which is a common term they use in the city of Los Angeles for a sucker.
Understand? And that's my closing comment, Brother Che. Please take us out, man, with the closing comments, sir, if you would.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sarge, what is your closing statement?
I just want to say that I think that the dynamic of the American political landscape has shifted dramatically. I know you don't want to give any credit to Donald Trump for anything. But if you read his very bold, sweeping statement, he made a statement unlike any I have ever heard any president make in the history of the United States of his intentions to reform the federal government. Now, I don't know if he's going to be successful. I know any resistance to it will be monumental and ferocious beyond anything any president has experienced since Abraham Lincoln. But even if he accomplishes 1/3 of what he put in that document, there will be a drastic, wild change in the American political landscape. And I'm telling you, and particularly with regard to corruption, and I'm telling you right now, I'm convinced now, once they take a look into this, they intend to kill him. They're going to try to kill him.
Okay, Sarge.
They're not going to let him do it. If they got no way about it.
Okay, but Sarge, let me tell you something about me recently, Sarge. Okay, I drove across Death Valley, Sarge. It's real wide out there. It gets up to about 137 degrees out there in the summer, Sarge. The omen that I saw, Sarge, was a bunch of concentration camps with our people in there, and they turned off the water in the middle of July. And I'm done. Take over, Brother, say, if you would please, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, Brother Joe, would you like to give your closing statement? The brother that said he was just listening, would you like to give your closing statement?
No, I'll wait for the after party.
Well, you're the last one before me, so, and I'm going to close the show out. So, if you have anything to say, you want to say it now.
No.
Okay. Well, thank you for joining us. So I'm going to close this out. Thank y'all for tuning in to season 4. Excuse me, not season 4. There's a typo there. Season 9, episode 40 of Shabaka'S Blacc Experience Enhanced. We were having a discussion on the past presidential election and my election for House of Representatives. I did not win, Black family, but I did do a good showing. So I can run again in 2 years, so I might just do that. And we had y'all call in with your comments, questions, and concerns. Call number 516-418-5996. We appreciate Sister Hesep for joining us. She had to drop off early. We appreciate Sarge, the one and only Sarge, for calling in today and not being derelict of duty like he's been the past 2 shows. And we appreciate Brother Joe for calling in as well. So this is going to conclude Shabaka'S Blacc Experience Enhanced, Season 9, Episode 40. Join us this Friday for Grand Risings with Shabaka and the Chase at 8 a.m. Pacific, 9 a.m. Mountain, 10 a.m. Central, and 11 a.m. in the East. So peace, love, light, reparations, and separations, and Black empowerment. Chan Krumah, co-executive producer and co-host of Shabaka'S Blacc Experience Enhanced, signing out from the Mile High Income and illegal migrant flooded city. Come on, mass deportations. What are we going to go out with, Shabaka?
Ship ahoy.
Okay.